Most of us grow up believing cars are the normal, safe way to get around, and airplanes. Well, those are the giant metal tubes that somehow fly at 35,000 feet, so they must be dangerous. But here's the twist. Statistically, logically, and mechanically, you're far safer in the sky than on the highway. Today, we're breaking down exactly why, from engineering to human behavior. So the next time you board a plane, you'll understand the level of safety built into every part of the experience. The numbers nobody talks about. Let's start with the thing people trust most, the statistics. In the United States, driving is part of everyday life. You might hop in your car to grab groceries, drop the kids at school, or commute to work. But here's the uncomfortable truth. Your car exposes you to constant risk, even though it feels normal. The National Safety Council estimates the odds of dying in a motor vehicle accident are roughly 1 in 100 over a lifetime. Now compare that to commercial aviation. Your lifetime odds of dying in a plane crash are about 1 in 11 million. Let that sink in. If you fly every single day for the rest of your life, you are still statistically safer than someone who drives to the office 5 minutes away. Flying feels dangerous because it's unfamiliar. Crashes are rare, but when they happen, the news cycle goes crazy. A car accident? It barely makes a local headline. Aviation accidents are rare not because of luck, but because of intense design, training, and regulation. Things that don't exist on your morning commute. The engineering behind a commercial airplane. Cars are built for convenience. Airplanes are built for survival. Modern commercial aircraft in the US are engineered with layers upon layers of redundancy, meaning if one system fails, another immediately takes over. And if that fails, there's a backup for the backup. Let's break it down. 2 to 4 engines, each powerful enough to fly the plane alone. If a car loses its engine, you're stuck. If a plane loses an engine at cruising altitude, the pilots simply adjust and keep flying. Multiple hydraulic systems. If one hydraulic system drops pressure, the others automatically maintain control surfaces. Computers that constantly cross-check each other. Airplanes don't rely on a single computer. They use several that run independently and compare results, so one glitch doesn't put anyone at risk. Fire suppression systems built into the structure. Cars have fire hazards. Airplanes have extinguishing bottles, sensors, and automatic shutoff mechanisms. Every part of an aircraft is tested under extreme conditions. Pressure changes, temperature swings, vibration stress, simulated lightning strikes. Safety isn't added later. It's built into the bones of the aircraft. Pilots vs drivers, training that makes the difference. Here's another uncomfortable truth. Most people on the road aren't exactly at the top of their driving game. People drive tired, distracted, angry, or after a couple drinks. They eat while driving, text in traffic, and get behind the wheel with barely any training. Just a basic test they took as a teenager. Pilot training in the United States is the complete opposite. Airline pilots train for thousands of hours before they ever fly passengers. They practice emergency scenarios in full-motion simulators, the same way firefighters practice drills or surgeons use training labs. Engine failures, crosswinds, hydraulic failures, bird strikes. Pilots don't just learn what to do, they rehearse it over and over again until it becomes instinct. They also undergo recurrent training every 6-12 months, medical checks, psychological evaluations, annual simulator tests, strict rules for rest and fatigue. If a pilot is even slightly tired or unwell, they're not allowed to fly. Compare that to driving, where people hit the road half asleep every morning because they're late for work. Air traffic control, the invisible safety net. While you're watching Netflix at 35,000 feet, there's an entire network on the ground guiding your aircraft's every move. Air traffic controllers in the US undergo some of the most demanding training in any profession. They monitor your aircraft's altitude, its speed, its direction, the weather system ahead, other aircraft for miles around. Think of them as traffic police, but with superhuman reaction speed and radar covering hundreds of miles. Every airplane is tracked from takeoff to landing, and controllers are trained to prevent conflicts long before they even come close. When you're in a car, you rely on your eyes, mirrors, and personal judgment. In an airplane, you have an entire team of specialists watching your safety in real time. Weather, how planes outsmart storms. Driving through bad weather is one of the biggest causes of car accidents in America. Rain reduces traction, snow hides ice patches, and fog destroys visibility. Airplanes, on the other hand, are designed to handle weather scientifically, not emotionally. Pilots don't drive into storms. They get weather reports from dispatchers, watch radar patterns evolve in real time, and coordinate with air traffic control to avoid dangerous areas. Airplanes are designed to handle turbulence, powerful winds, and heavy rain far better than a car ever could. Even lightning strikes aren't catastrophic. Planes are built to take them. Maintenance, the safety you never see. Most car owners skip oil changes, delay brake repairs, and hope their tires last just a few more weeks. It's normal because life gets busy. But that same mindset doesn't exist in aviation, because it can't. Airplanes in the United States follow one of the strictest maintenance schedules in the world. Before every flight, mechanics conduct walk-around inspections. They check landing gear, flaps, lights, sensors, tires, and even tiny components most passengers never notice. But that's just the surface level. Every few hundred hours, planes undergo deep maintenance where panels are opened, parts are removed and tested, and anywhere is fixed immediately. Then you have C-checks and D-checks, where the entire aircraft is practically disassembled and rebuilt. These inspections can last weeks and cost millions. Airlines don't treat maintenance as optional. It's required by law, audited by the FAA, and documented in detail. One missing screw or one unusual vibration is enough to ground an aircraft. Compare that to the average American road trip, where people set out with low tire pressure, a cracked windshield, and a check engine light that's been glowing for 6 months. The difference in oversight is massive. Roads versus the sky, predictability wins. The road is unpredictable. You can be the best driver in the world and still be at risk because of someone else's mistake. Someone checks their phone. Someone runs a red light. Someone merges without looking. Someone's tire blows out. Someone drives drunk. Your fate is often tied to the behavior of complete strangers. That's the reality of roads. But in the sky, there are no reckless teenagers speeding at midnight. No tailgaters, no wrong-way drivers, no potholes, no lane drifters, no surprise pedestrians running across your path. Every aircraft follows a precise flight path. Every movement is supervised, monitored, and communicated. Even the spacing between planes is controlled, miles apart, not feet. In other words, the sky removes human chaos, and that alone makes it safer. Technology that thinks faster than humans. Modern airliners are flying supercomputers. The systems on board monitor thousands of variables per second. Altitude, fuel flow, airspeed, engine temperature, pressure changes, turbulence levels, aircraft weight, control surface movement. If something looks off, the aircraft alerts the pilots instantly. This isn't guesswork, it's precise data measured constantly. Cars have improved with automatic braking and lane assist, but they're nowhere near aviation standards. In a plane, advanced autopilot systems can climb, descend, turn, hold altitude, and even land in extremely low visibility. But here's the key. Technology doesn't replace human pilots. It supports them. It creates a safety buffer that's tested, certified, and updated regularly. Human factor, why fear switches off logic. So if airplanes are so safe, why do so many people still fear flying? Because it's psychological. When you're driving, you feel in control. Your hands are on the wheel, your foot is on the pedal. Even if it's risky, it feels familiar. When you're flying, you're not in control. You're sitting still, trusting strangers, trusting machines, trusting procedures you don't understand. And your mind exaggerates the danger. Humans fear what's unfamiliar, not what's actually unsafe. Flying triggers that fear because you can't pull over, you can't stop, you can't do something. But that same lack of control is exactly why aviation is safer. Because professionals are handling every detail. Real stories that prove the system works. Let's put the safety layers into perspective with real-world examples. U.S. Airways Flight 1549, the miracle on the Hudson. A flock of birds took out both engines. The pilots glided the plane and landed safely on the Hudson River. Everyone survived. Qantas Flight 32. An engine exploded midair. Not failed, exploded. The plane still landed safely because of the aircraft systems and the crew's training. Southwest Flight 1380, an engine failure caused a window to blow out. The captain brought the plane down safely with one engine. These aren't miracles. They're proof of engineering, training, and procedures doing exactly what they are designed to do. Now imagine the same events happening in a car. Engine failure at 70 mph. A tire blowout on a busy freeway. A sudden loss of power during a storm. You're relying on reaction time and luck, not systems and redundancy. Aviation success stories aren't lucky, they're intentional. The biggest reason you're safer in a plane than a car. When you combine everything, engineering, pilots, procedures, technology, air traffic control, maintenance, and regulation, you get something rare in modern life. A transportation system designed around safety first, not convenience. Cars were built to make everyday life easier. Airplanes were built to make everyday life safer. The more you see how these two worlds operate, the clearer it becomes. The place that feels the scariest is actually the safest, and the place that feels the most normal is the one that exposes you to risk every day. So the next time you buckle into your seat and hear the engines roar, remember this. You're inside one of the safest machines ever created, flown by some of the most trained professionals in the world, protected by a system built around precision and accountability. Your car might get you where you want to go, but an airplane gets you there with layers of safety you'll never find on the road. If you learned something new today, or this changed the way you think about flying, stick around. There's more coming your way.